Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today from the New York Post, head of New York's FBI field office, James Dennehy, forced to resign in Trump admin shakeup. Right? Well, Donald Trump is the chief executive, so this is what they do. The top FBI agent in New York was ousted Monday, saying he wasn't given any explanation for the decision from Washington. James Dennehy, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran who joined the Bureau after the September 11th attacks, announced his forced resignation in a letter to staffers at the FBI New York field office. Last Friday, I was informed that I needed to put my retirement papers in today, which I just did. I was not given a reason for this decision, he wrote in a missive obtained by the Post. I don't know how long that missive is, but a missive, is, of course, is probably a long-winded document that he wrote. Dennehy's apologies for the abruptness of his resignation in the letter, in which he called his colleagues an office of professionals who will always do the right thing for the right reasons, or for the right people, like the establishment uniparty. Because we already knew from the previous week, and this was hard to find. I was trying to find the previous articles on Pam Bondi mentioning that the New York field office was retaining some of the documents, and was mentioned that even speculation that there might have been deleting documents. And this was the only article I could find. The delay to Jeffrey Epstein's file being released raises questions, and of course this is what they went to. But this is so heavily changed and so forth. It's absolutely amazing. But today we're finding out AG Pam Bondi says FBI delivered truckload of Epstein files after she put out hard deadline. That's right, because U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi revealed that the Department of Justice has received more Jeffrey Epstein files from the Federal Bureau of Investigation's FBI after the document released she touted last week fell flat from the New York field office. It's interesting how all these articles have changed and have been reworded. It's fascinating to me. And so here's Dennehy here, who was forced to resign, and there was all kinds of interesting little posts about him yesterday on Twitter. Here's one from Paul. Head of FBI field office in New York has forcibly resigned after the DOJ accused his office of hiding thousands of Epstein documents. James Dennehy was reportedly instructed on Friday to put in his papers today. This may be a promising indicator of things to come from AG Bondi. So it's quite extraordinary, to say the least. Let's see what Mr. Jesse Waters has to say.
So who's in charge at the New York FBI field office? Who's withholding Epstein docs from the Attorney General? James Dennehy is running the show there. There he is. This is the guy who emailed his whole staff to dig in after Trump took office. And don't forget that James Comey's daughter is an assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. She worked on the Epstein and Maxwell cases. She's kind of knee-deep in this. Epstein was facing sex trafficking charges in Lower Manhattan. Where's all that paperwork?
Okay, so that's just Jesse talking about what we were just mentioning there. And so here it is from NBC. The FBI official forced out after questioning Trump pursuit of agents who investigated January 6th. Now, see, they're trying to change the narrative now into a different direction to kind of suggest that Trump was going after Dennehy because of January 6th. Now, that's probably part of the reason, but it is very definitive that they were withholding the documents there in the New York field office.
Now to news just in. A top FBI official has retired under pressure. Our Tom Winter is here. Tom, it comes amid a growing battle over revealing agents who worked the January 6th case.
No, that's right, Lester. James Jim Dennehy, who oversaw the FBI's New York office, says he was told he needed to retire. A former Marine who joined the FBI after 9/11 has an extensive history hunting spies and foreign operators as well as terrorists. Last month, he promised to, quote, dig in during the FBI's battle over handing over those names of those involved January 6 agents. In a goodbye email today, he did not say why he was told to leave, but said he had an immense feeling of pride for the way the FBI conducts its investigations. He added, "I will never stop defending this joint."
And, and you can't really blame him. I mean, if he's being instructed by the establishment uniparty, then that's what he's supposed to do. And so if they're instructed by those individuals or even the president, then they are operating, under that function. And this is what I found so amazing. I cannot overemphasize this, this ideology, this philosophy, this worldview that the left has right now. I want you guys to watch this again. This is absolutely extraordinary.
the FBI. Now we're in control of the military. We're
Yes.
silencing media.
Chief,
This is
head of
what
the
you
military.
do in a dictatorship.
Are you suggesting that the president is not the commander-in-chief of the military?
I am suggesting that the president is going to put in charge somebody who is going to contravene the Constitution. And at some near point, this conversation will look very silly for you because it will be obvious. And right now, you're gaslighting. So when we get to the actual rubber of the road of this, it will be clear.
I'm interested in this conversation. He's going to put someone in charge who will contravene the Constitution. Like who? What do you mean by that? The president is in charge of the military, is he not? You said he's going to put someone in charge of the military?
The president is in charge of the military. That is how it works.
This is important conversation.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm letting you have it. Yeah, I mean, I think it is important because there is this perception that Trump does want to push the boundaries of what is in his constitutional lane. And his staff secretary said that apparently he signed an executive order saying that only he and the attorney general get to say what the law is. So that's the type of thing that I think that Trump has said that has caused people to question, what does he mean by that?
I don't think he has done anything in the first month that is outside the bounds of the power vested in him by the Constitution. He was elected president. We, according to the Constitution, vest all executive authority in a president. And the concept that the military should be an independent agency or that the bureaucracy should resist the political leadership of this government is extraordinarily dangerous.
Exactly. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the establishment uniparty knew what was going to happen if Donald Trump became president. You know what they knew? That he would be head of the executive branch. That's what they knew. And they knew that he would be able to do exactly what he's doing right now. These people have, their brains seem to have some blind spot in it. They have this agenesis of the corpus callosum. Something is going on in their brains that they cannot accept the reality that Donald Trump is now the president and head of the executive branch. He's the one who makes these determinations, right? Our country was designed to do three things. Well, back when it was originally made, that was to create law, enforce law, and protect the country from enemies, foreign and domestic. That's what the president is there for. His attorney general, his departments, and of course now we have these hundreds of agencies with over 1 million or more different individuals that work for these agencies is absolutely extraordinary. But these people, the Democrats and the left, this guy here in CNN, they're under the impression that Donald Trump doesn't have this authority, that he's either exceeding the authority or he's abusing the authority. But for the last 4 years under Joe Biden, who everyone discovered during the debate was not mentally competent enough, had cognitive decline, they hid it the whole time, not to mention just the whole conniving and lawfare and everything they did against Donald Trump. It's absolutely extraordinary. So this FBI agent, James Dennehy, this should not come as any surprise to him. Now, of course, he's going to play the role because in front of the camera, they're going to tell you a totally different story. And then behind closed doors, it's a totally different situation. Just very similar to what we saw there in the Oval Office, where those types of discussions do happen, but they normally don't do them in public. But, James Dennehy has no excuses to suggest that he was just, obviously he was doing his job, which was what the establishment uniparty instructed him to do. So I can see where he can take the position of saying that, he was just doing his job and so were the people in his office. But whether or not it was constitutional or whether or not it was appropriate or in areas, blurring the lines there is another story. But, of course, I welcome your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comments section on your thoughts about what happened. And maybe you'd like to give your feedback on the fact that this was really kind of challenging to go back and find where they were concerned about the New York field office withholding some of that information. And then, of course, as you heard, Comey's daughter was also part of the investigation that was going on with Epstein. So you got all of these connections, not to mention Judge Merchan, right, that was going after Donald Trump. His daughter was working there with Adam Shifty Schiff and some of the Democrats here. I think it was Schiff or either Schumer. It was one of the two of them. I think either Schumer or Schiff. I can't remember which of the two she was doing all of this work for. So, yeah, this is not uncommon or this is not unusual for the president, the chief executive, to make these sorts of changes. So it's absolutely extraordinary I want to thank all of you guys here on YouTube for your guys' continued support, of course. Below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to include X. So if you want to follow me there, by all means, I post almost daily there on X, several other things that I don't always cover here on the channel. And, of course, I want to thank all you guys on TikTok that are now watching there. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for the support there. We'll see how that continues. And, of course, if you order frequently from Amazon or you are a Prime member, then my landing page link is down there below. You guys can use that and bookmark it. It helps out the channel, and your privacy is protected. And speaking of privacy being protected, I have Trust Zone, my virtual private network affiliate, and they're amazing. I really enjoy all of what they do and what they provide. It's straight to the point. But nonetheless, guys, yes, that's exactly what I have for you guys today, and I welcome your thoughts down in the comments section. And I'll see all you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Appearing there on the screen, I'll be the channel icon, yes, for YouTube. Those of you watching on YouTube, you guys can click on that to subscribe as well as select notifications. That way you know there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.